Yes people, what is good? I am BA, back once again with the finale episode of The Pacific. I know how to pronounce the title of this one, it is called Home. This is episode 10. Last episode. I feel like last episode was mainly about the inner conflict going on with Eugene's character. Obviously we've seen his character have peaks and valleys throughout this show already, from him starting and being a bit green to him getting to grips with it, then him having a step backwards with the friendly fire kill. And last episode felt like we were seeing the battle for his humanity. He was becoming very cold and callous towards the enemy, including civilians, after that one woman showed up with the bomb strapped to her stomach, basically a suicide bomber while carrying her own baby, and he just seemed like he was getting incredibly ruthless towards the entire situation. So thankfully we did see a bit of a culmination to that character arc by the end of the episode when he went into that house and comforted the dying woman, and in that moment he seemed to see things from both sides of this war, and I feel like he's a changed person because of that experience, which was good to see. And then of course by the end of the episode they were on a rock chilling, enjoying the scenery, and just before they could even light their cigarettes, and in Eugene's case his pipe, they were told to get back up and start marching. So I guess they are going home now, because last episode as well they alluded to the Hiroshima bomb being dropped, so I don't know if that is the official end or if we're going to see a little bit of their last mission before they go home. Regardless, I've really enjoyed this series. I'm looking forward to the finale, so without further ado, this is episode 10, Home. Let's check it out and see what it's saying to it. I've just realised this show has forever changed me, because for the rest of my life, every time I see a stick of charcoal, I will think of The Pacific. They really cornered the marketplace on charcoal art during this intro. I mean, look at it roll. Good old John Basilone, rest in peace. The most predictable death in the entire show, granted, but still a moving one. Are we going to see Leckie? This seems like where Leckie would be.
Of the blessed boon of sleep, but Achilles still wept.
There's a hot woman in the vicinity, it's definitely Leckie.
As he thought of all they had done together, and all they had gone through.
Of course it was Leckie. Of course it was. You didn't even need to show me him.
On the fields of battle, and the waves of the weary seas.
Giving her the lean forward while smoking cornery stare there.
The Japs surrendered. The war's over.
Ah, so we are going to kick right off with the war being ended. No way.
It's over!
I mean, you've still got a job to do with the wounded there, guys. If just one member of the medical staff could have stayed, that would have been good. Leckie doesn't look neither happy nor sad about that. I wonder what was going on in his mind in that moment.
See that? Line of stars angling up. Yep, that's Snafu's pecker.
Leave your own starcock alone. I forgot Queen's nickname was Snafu. I've been calling him Queen for so long. You know, you bully someone for so long, you forget their real name. It happens.
Well, I'll show you what I'm doing now.
Don't blame him. If I was one of these soldiers and I'd heard that the Japanese had just surrendered, I don't even drink. I would down half a bottle of Jack Daniels instantaneously. It is definitely a time to get drunk and merry. But not too drunk, otherwise you'll just be in the corner crying about the people you lost for the rest of the night. There's a fine balance between merry drunk and crying about something drunk.
Yes. Nothing's changed. I thought the same thing when I got back.
Wonder if that hot neighbour Leckie had will still be interested in him.
Well, we'll get this stuff out of here first
I
thing.
don't know where we're going to put it all.
Well, half this junk we can throw away.
She doesn't seem that happy to have him home. Or maybe she is. Maybe she's just got a strange way of showing it.
I'm Mariel Shelton. How about I take you to the back of the train? You can show me your caboose.
You could have been slightly more gentlemanly about it than that, Queen, for fuck's sake.
We'd have been here 6 months ago, that broad have given us all blowjobs.
Unproven claim there.
Doing what?
I don't know. Anything between digging ditches and owning a bank.
I would take the owning the bank over the digging ditches if he has the choice.
You got a job lined up in Mobile?
No. No job, no girl, no plan.
sports.
To be fair, he was like just a young man when he entered the military, so he still has his whole life ahead of him.
I'ma get that girl.
Leave her alone.
You boys watch.
Well, as long as you try a more gentlemanly approach, I'm rooting for you. Ah, shit, Basilone's wife. Or widow, I guess.
I recognize you from the photos Johnny sent. Well, come in.
That's cool. She's obviously still heartbroken she's lost her son, but at least she's being nice to his wife.
Last time I saw him in Honolulu, he couldn't stop talking about you.
She heavily outranks him, by the way. I just noticed. She's got more stripes on her arms than he has. He better salute her the next time he talks to her.
He never signed the papers.
Never signed? That's $10,000.
I guess this must be rough for the parents. It's bringing up a lot of memories they're trying to repress just now. Damn. I never saw John even take it off his neck once. That must have been a chance opportunity. I jest. I know he was wearing it for promotional purposes. It's a shame these guys never met under better circumstances. This will just always be a morbid meeting because she will remind John's parents of John, and it'll be a very upsetting subject for them. This will be hard for her because she's never met them before. Just tough all round, really. That is the most Red Dead Redemption 2 looking train stop I have ever seen. I want to go inside that little Jewett building and play some poker.
Thanks.
Seemed like a cool guy, that character. I can't actually remember much of the stuff he did in the field, unfortunately. But why is he going to Melbourne? Did he meet someone in Melbourne? I missed him saying that.
You made quite an entrance, Bob. The whole room is buzzing.
Oh, cool. Is Leckie a bit of a local celebrity now?
I'll take my former position.
Why, you still want to cover local sports?
Yep. To start with.
I didn't realise he was a sports journalist before he went to the war. But no need to try and get another man fired, Leckie. You could have said, you know, why don't we cover different sports? I'll cover X, Y and Z and he can cover A, B and C. That's good he just had something to instantly fall back into though. It'll really help him get over what he's been through to get back to something he's passionate about. Was that his neighbour lady with another Marine? That will sting.
What are you looking at?
You a Jap? Honestly, because you sneak up like one.
Unnecessary, Leckie. Unnecessary.
Stop banging on that typewriter.
It's called working.
Not sitting there like that, it isn't.
She makes a fair point.
Your dress blues. I think you would have looked nice in them.
That's like the first really nice thing I think she's said to him this whole episode. I don't know why there's a disconnect, but they seem incredibly distant. Is this just how she was before he went, or is there a reason she's resolving herself emotionally? Did she expect him not to come back, maybe? Or was this just a different time where people didn't express love to one another? Or wake him up to say goodbye, for fuck's sake. Right now, Queen must be thinking, yes, we won. We are the champions, my friend. How long did we keep on fighting for? Till the end. And we are officially complete with my Queen song, Punnery.
Welcome home, Robert. Let me just see if she can come to the door.
He's put on his Sunday best for this meeting. Let's see how it goes. I'm rooting for you, Leckie. No woman can say no to white gloves.
I have a date tonight. When the doorbell rang, I thought you were him.
You're moving in on an officer's girl there, Leckie. Be careful.
Nice car.
Do we know this guy, or is he just some random?
Robert Leckie.
Charles Dunworthy.
No, we don't know this guy.
Lieutenant, congratulations. Too bad you missed the whole show.
Instantly firing shots there. Nice.
She's not interested.
Actually, I don't have any plans for tomorrow night.
Really moving in on this guy's territory, and it worked.
Good night, Vera.
Well, it looks like I am free for dinner tonight.
I don't know how to feel about that scene. Kinda feel bad for that other guy just because he'd never seen any action. She was happy to walk over him. Obviously, I'm happy for Leckie.
Laying in the mud, dreaming about a moment like this with you.
You get right to it, don't you?
He does. If you could have only have seen him in Australia, you would know this is exactly how he
You
operates.
must have been through a lot.
Of pussy, an unsurmountable quantity.
I think I don't know how to do this.
Bob, you're doing fine. This is fine. It's a start.
It's true though, he doesn't really know her, he just took a liking to her, but she could be anybody as a person.
I didn't get any.
I never sent him.
Why?
No way, what a plot twist. I thought he sent every single one of those letters.
Rain on Cape Gloucester erased every word. Best stuff I ever wrote.
Well, you know, that explains why she was dating another officer and things like that. I was expecting her to have received all those letters and just forgotten about them because she hadn't received one in a while. I feel like this is the cliffhanger this entire show's been building up to. Will Eugene return with his humanity intact? And I think he's managed it.
What's with the MacArthur bit?
Huh?
The Mammy Oakham? Hop out of the sailor?
Yeah, I agree. The pipe flex is more for like 60 to 80 year olds. But you do you, Eugene.
I want you to be my best man.
Well, hell yes!
That's all I was concerned about. He's still got his playful side, his enjoyment of life. The one thing his father was really worried that he would lose. I forget who this character was. Is this his brother or just a really good friend of his? Hey, that's cool. You would have thought that because he's been away a while, he should have at least knocked on the front door. I know it is technically his house, but you've been away long enough where, you know, knocking on the door is warranted.
Here's a little souvenir that I brought back from Prague.
That will be worth a fuck ton nowadays. Yeah, he'll probably have these nightmares for the rest of his life.
Give me your coffee.
Introducing to you the Irish coffee. You might still have nightmares, but they'll be alcohol fueled.
You're gonna pass on the OOM ball?
No. I don't believe I will ever put on a uniform again.
Interesting, is that just because it would bring up too many bad memories for him? I wonder why he's made that decision.
Any engineering, technical skills?
Had to handle explosives.
Okay.
Damn, is this him going to be told that there's no jobs for him because he didn't have a specialty?
They taught me how to kill chaps. I got pretty damn good at it.
Yeah, it's true, like, that was his specialty, and there will be no jobs back home which are for people that are just good at killing. He's obviously feeling a bit dejected, man. This was the way a lot of people felt when they returned from the war, I bet.
Why did I end up back here when all those other fellas didn't?
I thought that.
In war, it's just the luck of the draw. Like, you could be the best trained soldier and one of the best in your field, like John Basilone, and die. And you could be not one of the best soldiers and just so happen to escape being killed. It's just how war is. It's a crapshoot.
Come on in. I'll wrangle you a partner.
No,
What's putting him off wanting to meet a woman, though? I don't get why he wasn't just like, yeah, fuck it, I'll wear the uniform, talk to some ladies, cheer myself up. He would have had a better night.
They're asking $300 a set.
Sounds like the future to me.
I'm gonna run down to Murphy's and buy one as soon as I have the money for a down payment.
Leckie's got a really specific mentality because he doesn't seem to be suffering any sort of post-war trauma. He seems to be thriving back in the general population.
You know what I fought for?
Television.
Interesting choice, but whatever motivates you. I don't know why, and I don't mean this in a bad way, she's very beautiful and attractive, but the woman that Leckie's interested in has what I would describe as a Disney-ish face. Does that make sense to anyone else? She's very Disney. Oh god, I think the last thing Eugene wants is another gun in his hands.
Eugene?
I think Eugene actually needs a therapist or something, man. It's gonna take him a long time to get over this shit.
Honestly, Eugene, you look like a gangster with those glasses on.
He does a bit. Looks like Al Capone on a picnic.
You need to make a plan for the future.
My plan is to do nothing for a while.
Yeah, I agree with his mum. Like, what the fuck does Eugene want in life? He's got to figure something out. He can't just mope for the rest of his days.
Frank, you have no idea what men like him have been through.
Much respect to his father for having his back. He is correct. That's cool. Well, at least they figured something out. I would actually like to read Eugene Sledge's memoirs. Basically got everything he wanted after the war. Damn, he wrote nearly 40 books. Well done, Leckie. That is a good body of work. Yeah, that doesn't surprise me. John Basilone was obviously one of the true heroes of this show, so he deserves all of that shit. Interesting timing. Happy fucking 32nd birthday to you. I mean, I understand, right? So when you return from the war, you don't want to just stagnate for the rest of your life. You want to have a goal and do something. But the fact that these guys weren't rewarded by the government financially and just had to get grindy jobs for the rest of their lives. Now, I'm not saying they didn't enjoy them, but it just feels like if you've done that level of service for your country, they should reward you financially. It should be like, boom, you are tax exempt until your dying days, and we're gonna give you like 20,000 a year. 17, Jesus Christ, so fucked up. Hey, one of the people is still alive, nice one. Stockton, California as well, 209, shout out to Diaz brothers. Okay, and that was episode 10 of The Pacific, Home, and I will be back in just a minute with my thoughts on that. So, Home, what did I think of that? Just a great bookend to an excellent series in my opinion. Essentially, we only focused on two primary storylines in the entire episode, mainly anyway, which was Eugene and how he dealt with returning home, and Leckie and how he dealt with returning home. Now, Leckie clearly had way less inner trauma, or was able to deal with his trauma better than Eugene. He seemed to thrive when returning. He instantly got his job back at the press in sports journalism, which is the exact field he wanted. He managed to get with the woman across the street who he'd always wanted to get with. Just everything went right for Leckie, and I'm happy for him because of that, even though he did steal another guy's girl at the time he got with the woman across the street. Fair play, he'd been through a lot of shit. Eugene, on the other hand, had it not have been for that write-up at the end of the episode, I would have just assumed that he would have had a horrible life forever. He was basically moping and dealing with all this shit internally the entire episode, didn't even want to wear his uniform again to go to the ball to meet women, didn't know what sort of job to get. All he thought was, all I'm good at doing is shooting people. And it seemed like he was destined to live a very lonely existence the way this episode portrayed him. So I was so thankful at the end when the write-up came up and he did eventually get a degree in biology and go on to marry, etc., and have a happy, fulfilling life, because yeah, he did not seem happy this episode. Very powerful scene where he broke down while going hunting with his father, but I would say that if a person had just been through the most horrific war possible, don't put a gun in their hands. All it's going to do is give them memories of what they've been through. And how are you going to go shoot doves anyway? They're like one of the most peaceful birds. They get released at weddings and shit. Don't shoot doves. All in all though, a tremendous miniseries. Again, I've said this throughout the entire show, I will say it one last time in the finale. Do not know why this is lesser rated and regarded as Band of Brothers is. I guess it's just because Band of Brothers came first, and that's the only reason I can think of, because from acting performance to production value to the actual stories told, this might be as good, if not better in some situations, than Band of Brothers. I feel like it focused more on the internal conflicts and traumas that real human beings would go through having to face these situations, whereas Band of Brothers didn't seem to focus on that as much. And I will say, when the third show comes out, which is currently being filmed, I believe it's Masters of the Air or Masters of the Sky or something like that, I will be reacting to it too, so I can say I have done the trilogy of Spielberg war miniseries. And I'm just so happy that my patrons recommended this. I felt like I was going to be a bit burned out from war stuff after having reacted to Band of Brothers, but I can safely say that I've enjoyed every single episode I've sat down to watch of this show. Very thankful I did it, and very thankful it was recommended to me. And you will have to wait and see what we start next week. Until then, if you've liked this video, click like, subscribe to the channel to see more videos like this, ring the bell to be notified as to when they drop. If there's anything you want to talk about, comment down below and share this around to anyone you think might appreciate it or want to watch these reactions along with us. My Patreon link is down in the description. If you become a patron, you get access to my blog, you get access to these reactions I put on YouTube a month and a half in advance, and you also get access to full-length versions of everything I react to. So consider becoming a patron, it helps me and my channel out so much, and until next time, I have been BA, peace.